1 million teenagers in the U.S. become pregnant every year, and 13% of that are intended pregnancies. So, do you ever wonder to yourself what happens with so many young children now getting pregnant compared to the 1990s and the 2000s? Well, statistics aren't very well, and you're not going to like what you're going to hear. Um, Children of adolescents are more likely to become underemployed or not employed at all, which, I mean, sometimes you can't find a job, you can't. But if you're not showing your child that there are things to do, you can go to school, make something of yourself, and they're going to think that it's okay to be a pregnant teen as well and give birth young, and you need to show a better example. You should want your kids to overexceed anything that you have ever done. Even if you are successful, you always want your children to do more than what you have. Most teen moms are more than likely going to have their children premature. It's just because they're still growing, they're still underweight, and they aren't fully developed, so therefore they're just so little that a lot of the babies are premature and don't have enough nutrients in them. Um, they don't receive the correct prenatal care while they're pregnant either. Teenagers don't. And I simply just think that's just because they're scared to tell somebody that they're pregnant, or they're scared. I don't really know why, if you are pregnant, you wouldn't go get the help that you need. I don't really understand that. I mean, maybe it has to do with money. I'm not quite sure about that. But you need to go and you need to take care of your baby. Whether you're embarrassed, ashamed, don't have money, or whatever it is, I'm sure there's plenty of health clinics that would be more than welcome to help you and your baby. The kids that have kids young are at greater risk of being abused or neglected. And this is just simply because they're still young. They just want to go out and be a normal teenager. But that's not the case anymore. You can't go out and party, and you can still have fun with your friends and go to basketball games, football games, whatever it may be, but you're just not going to be able to attend daily things as if you didn't get pregnant and have a kid so young. And that's just something that you have to give up. Nobody wants to give up things, but, we all get older, there's stuff to get to give up. More than likely, the children of adolescence are going to be having aggressive behavior, and that's probably just from the lack of attention that they receive from neglect. Only 77% of children born to teen moms complete high school, which I found this very interesting when I found this, because you look up to who you love. I look up to my aunt, my grandma, and my mom. Those are my inspirations. And if it wasn't for them, I don't know what I would do. They lead me in the right direction a lot. So if you see that your mom is young and, you get the background story of yourself about how your mom was in high school and she dropped out because she got pregnant and had a kid young and later went on and got her GED, they're going to think it's okay to drop out. Make up a story. Act like you finished high school. That way they can be like, oh, so the right thing to do is to finish high school and, get your diploma and maybe go get your degree. So that was really shocking. That's a very high percentage that really needs to go down. And another really interesting fact that I found was that our U.S. taxpayers increased $11 billion due to the increase of foster care and health care. And that's ridiculous. I understand if you need the government's help, but, and I do support the moms that can't raise a kid, so they do go up to foster care, because I think that's excellent. Overall, it affects the mother's life for having a kid young, for having to feel the need to quit school or not, go on and get your degree in college, and you're going to have to give stuff up, and, the mom's going to have to deal with people making fun of her, or, just that petty stuff that kids do. And on top of that, then it affects the young because they think it's okay to do the same thing that their mother or their father did. And like I said before, you don't want them to think that that's enough. You want them to over exceed everything that you do. And I thought this was a very interesting topic that I picked because you always think about teen moms, but you think it's not a good idea that they have kids young. You can be a teen mom and still be a great mom and stay at home with your baby and do stuff with it. Every once in a while people want to go out, I get that. But I never really looked on both sides about how it affected both sides of it. And I think it's a really interesting topic that I feel like more people should explore and learn and get to know.